Good evening. It's just about midnight, and I happened to notice the time. And earlier today, I wasn't able to do our usual noon right, and so I feel like I've had this lack all day. But something came up that I had to deal with, and I was not able to do it in a reasonably timely manner for noon. So I'm hoping that I can make up for it by doing the midnight rite, which, as most of you know, I don't always do, at least not publicly. And so I thought we would join together for a few moments at least in recognizing midnight. For those of you who don't watch these very often, the ancient Egyptians used to do four rites every day, one at dawn, one at noon, one at dusk, and one at midnight. And the midnight rite is usually the one where you're kind of putting yourself to sleep, as well as supposedly putting the god or goddess that you worship to sleep. We know that they actually don't sleep in the sense that we do, and so that this rite is really for us to make sure that we keep in touch with those four touch points of each and every day. So I'd like to go ahead and do a little. Um, I have this book here that I've been meaning to show, partly because I just find it a soothing title. I think this may be reversed, and unfortunately, I'm not quite technically savvy enough to know how to change that. But the title of this book is Hush, and the subtitle is A Book of Bedtime Contemplations. And there's something just they say you cannot judge a book by the cover, but I find this cover itself very calming. And then there's this wonderful picture of the author, Dr. Reuben Naiman, and he just looks like such a lunar person. He seems to have a face that is very appropriate for someone who has written a book on nighttime meditations, and it's 100 spiritual prescriptions for sleep. And I'm going to just randomly read ones. And tonight's is number 44, and it is, here's what he says. He says, "We remember dreams in much the same way we remember waking experiences, by paying attention to them. Think, talk, write, and read about dreams. Ask others about their dreams and listen with the same interest that you would have if these were waking life experiences. In fact, they can affect us in much the same way. Regularly sharing dreams with a friend or partner is an effective way to deepen intimacy. Although it's useful to consider the connections between our dream lives and our waking lives, this doesn't necessarily require any formal analysis." And I chose that at random, but I agree with it, especially because I've found time and time again that once you start paying attention to your dreams, you get many, many benefits from that. And that talking about dreams, especially before you go to sleep, like within the hour or hours before you go to bed, um, can easily help you to generate a deeper dream state and dream experience. So I'm hoping that that will definitely um, be something that happens for you too. And we're not going to do the whole Temple of Isis dream incubation tonight, but we will do a little bit of it. And Lady Lorian's words are, "Honor to you, Isis, the shining one whose brilliance covers the earth, the eternal light who brings life, growth, and healing to those who seek the answers to their dreams. Fill my spirit with your radiance. All adoration is given to you, Isis, the great mistress of the holy house." And in the temples of Isis, in Egypt and especially in the Greco-Roman world, they did practice dream incubation, whereby pilgrims would come to the temples and go into a sacred sleep with the hope of having a mystical dream. Often these were meant for healing, and the priests and priestesses that were the assigned dream interpreters in the morning would pay great attention to the secrets revealed in the dreams during the night. And sometimes cures could be made from what the patient had dreamed. And so it was a very powerful and profound experience. We occasionally have done dream incubations overnight in our grand temple. And that's something that I want to do again once we're through this challenging time of the pandemic. But your own room can be your dream temple too. It's just a matter of making space for really meaningful dreams to occur and taking the time and attention that it needs to actually make that more likely to happen. And there's many things that you can do to assist that. Certain types of tea, dream pillows, especially if they have mugwort in them, which is a renowned dream-inducing herb. Um, Lavender is helpful for relaxation, and just making sure that you have a pleasant space to sleep in. And often a lot of us, and I'm not excluding myself from this, may not have made the bed perfectly that morning or something like that, but it really helps if you have put some effort, however you want that effort to be, into preparing a space that is beneficial for sleep. It should be dark. It should be not too hot. Your covers and pillows and comforters and everything should be arranged in a way that is pleasing for you and comforting. And hopefully you'll have set aside enough time to have good natural sleep that doesn't end in a terrible alarm ripping through you, because nothing is worse for losing dreams than having a really blatant alarm clock going off right in your ear and just kind of chasing away those filmy fragments that might enable you to catch hold of them and kind of follow them back into the dream. But unfortunately, if you have, really harsh alarm, it can just literally frighten you out of your dream, and it's much harder to get back into it then. So, anyway, Lorianne's midnight song went like this, and it's the companion piece to her noon song, which many of you may know. It is midnight, time to go to bed and dream. Dreams are never what they seem. You must dwell on what they mean. It is midnight when you wake up at sunrise. Take the time to analyze, for your dreams are very wise. It is midnight. It is midnight. It is midnight. Alrighty. And in the tale of Isis and Osiris, Osiris is said to have continued to come to Isis in the dream state, and to come to her romantically, and to also come to their son Horus to instruct him in the skills that he needed to eventually ascend the throne that Osiris had left vacant and which had been seized by their brother Set. So there was a lot of dream knowledge in that story. One is that you can make deep personal connections with people in dreams, both people that are alive, both people that have passed, and you can also learn from the instructions that you receive in dreams. And this can be very profound. And in my own lifetime, I have had several big dreams that really determined the course of my life after that point. And they can be challenging to work through and interpret and contemplate, but they are very, very richly rewarding too. So I wish you tonight that you may have pleasant dreams. If you're ready for a big dream, well, I hope that it comes to you. But if you're not, and you just need the relaxation and revivification that a good dream can bring, I hope that that comes to you in whatever form it is that you desire. So that, I think, is it for this evening. I wish you blessed dreams. Oh, and I will, because I've been mildly scolded when I've omitted this, I will do the Good Night Goddess song too for you. Good night, goddess of the night. Good night, goddess of starlight. Good night, goddess, furl your wings. Good night, goddess of all things. Good night, goddess, hold me tight. Good night, goddess of starlight. Isis bless you, Isis keep you, Isis soothe your sleep, Isis bring you many good dreams and many good things. Good night.